So they're about ready to take my account down. I am so sick. That doesn't even do any good to say anything. Unless you're going to go along with the crowd and say what a hero JFK was and not question anything, not question narratives, okay? I don't care what, I didn't follow Q, so I don't, could I be wrong? I mean, there's this constant, idea going around on TikTok that, oh, JFK was a hero and he was killed because he was going to reveal some banking cartel. No. Why was both him and his brother killed? Does nobody ask these questions? How could JFK think that the best way to handle communism when Castro was actively training students from Latin America all over the place coming into Cuba to be trained in guerrilla warfare, how could he then not provide support, air support for the Bay of Pigs? I know I keep repeating this, but how can you think that no, because his excuse was that he wanted to handle it more diplomatically, and yet he thought that bringing foreign students into America would be the best way to combat communism. That's what you think when Castro's over there training people from all over the world in guerrilla warfare? That's what you think? And I'm supposed to buy that? Sorry, I'm not trying to be a bitch. I mean, it's just, and I feel like a bitch many times because I go against the narrative. It's this whole, oh, Trump's going to reveal what a hero JFK is. Well, then why was the Kennedy Center, okay, totally robbing the CARES stuff? The CARES funding during COVID? Yeah, they were totally robbing it. That's why Trump fired. He got rid of everybody on the board. Plus, they haven't been. I mean, like, how many red flags do you need with a family? Why would they kill both him and his brother? And look at it this way. What if, okay, there were people that realized, no, because there were people that kind of questioned, but nobody, even Eisenhower was like, why didn't he provide the air support? And Kennedy was like, well, it would have caused an international incident. Well, you don't think Castro's going to cause an international incident there? And then to do Operation Mongoose was a total waste of time. But he attacked literally the CIA right out the starting gates because of his failure. But even before he got in that seat, he was paying, his family, were paying for the 2 flights of these Kenya students to come here. That's going on at the same time foreign students are going into Cuba and then everything led to all of these different terrorist organizations throughout our country in the late 60s and 70s. So I'm sorry, I can't go along. That's too much for me. I can't just go along with the narrative that he was some hero. I think that's the sadder truth of this is, and yet I'm not allowed to say it, right? I'm not allowed to say what I think or what my opinion is, and this is such bullshit, and it's getting old. Because they don't want you to question the narrative. You need to just accept, because that's what everybody's doing. Nope, the CIA was horrible. They need to be, blown to smithereens. Maybe the whole reason him and his family has attacked the CIA is because the CIA would be the one people that would likely realize, wait a minute, something's off with him. But even if I'm wrong, I have a right to express that opinion. And I don't just share an opinion just to share it. I always, in every video I do, I always line up the reasons I'm saying what I'm saying. Like, this dot connects to this, to this, to this. He was not on the right side of things. Why would he be? They were one of the 13 families. Then you look at Onassis, I know that Jackie O became Onassis later, but she was too, though. Or Both of them did. So how I just don't understand this hero thing. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but there's just something not right. And I think that's the sad part about it is what do you do, what does any country, but what do you do in America? Like if you're an intelligence agency and people would say it's overstepping your bounds to, take somebody out. Of course it is. But seriously, if you know that somebody in the highest of land is actively working with the Communist Party, and I'm not saying that that's what they thought, but what if it is? I mean, because that's what where my thought process was how can you mess this up so bad? How could you think that you can somehow diplomatically convince Castro, which his concern was this whole Soviet Union, but they were not a problem until the Bay of Pigs failed. I mean, that almost led to a total nuclear annihilation of everyone. So maybe there were some people that were like, yeah, no, this is a bad idea. Like, I'm not saying that there's any truth to that. There's too many red flags, and yet all I see is that I'm supposed to go along with the narrative that says I have to do what everybody else does and say, oh, Kennedy, they were such heroes. Okay, well, if they were, why is every building in the damn country named after them as if there's some, king and queen damn family? And why was the Kennedy Center basically when they have no need for care money, but they were robbing from it? No, the family is nuts, okay? The family is nuts. So, but I can't say that the JFK files come out and I can't share my opinion. I have to go along with the narratives because all they've done is turn this into some victim thing. Everybody just know it was the CIA. No, I don't know. No, I'm not saying, I don't know. But, I mean, for him and his brother to get killed, don't you think that sends a pretty big message? Like that maybe people were trying to help America. This will get taken down because, God forbid, I can't be in America and express an opinion. But maybe people were. Because otherwise, there's no explanation to why then they would also kill his brother. The excuse is, he was going after the CIA and mob too. Well, but it wasn't until he started running for president. So it's almost like they knew who the family was. I'm not saying this true. I'm not saying that's where, there's this idea that he was, saving I just don't believe that. Otherwise he should have been totally okay with giving air support. You're the president of the most powerful country, and instead of stopping the man that's training all of these vigilante guerrillas, okay, from all over the world, you're worried about being diplomatically correct, and you think the way to handle that and the Soviets is to start bringing foreign exchange students here from Africa. Really? Yeah, I guess nothing's changed. And unless you go along with the narrative in this country, you just continue to be silenced until your death.